Hello folks, my name is Gwen Madoc. I'm a published author of 12 novels. This is Writing Techniques number 2. I'm talking today about how a novel is actually physically put together. No matter what the genre, the novel is put together, needs to be put together in a structured way to achieve a publishable standard for the writer to be professional. I'm talking to writers who want to achieve publication and who want to understand how a novel is put together. There are no hard and fast rules in writing, but there are certain conventions which publishers expect writers to understand and put into practice. This shows professionalism. Irrespective of genre, novels are constructed in roughly the same way. I'm talking now of how the actual words or text appears on the page. How easy is it to be read? How easy does the reader find it to read the novel, to read the actual paragraphs and chapters? Do the words appear in blocks of text without paragraphing? Do characters' speeches all run together without paragraph break so that the reader is confused about who is speaking and who is saying what? And there can be nothing more annoying than that when one opens a page and you're confronted with a block of text. The reader stops reading immediately because it's too much of a hard job. It's too hard work. So they will stop reading. When I attempt to read a story that is set out in blocks of text, as I say, I stop reading immediately. Consider how much easier it is for the reader if it's paragraphed correctly. Paragraphs breaking up those boring blocks of text. Frequent paragraphing helps the reader's eye to run down the page with no effort at all, and this ease of reading helps to create one of the most important aspects of a novel: pace. Pace can make a bestseller. Pace can create a page-turner. Lack of pace will kill a novel immediately. Technically, each time a character speaks, there should be a new paragraph. This is important. It's imperative. So get rid of those blocks of boring text. Keep paragraphing and paragraphing and paragraphing till it hurts. Conventions in creating a publishable novel, well, what are they? One of the most important conventions, and the one we'll deal with today, concerns the point of view. Now, inexperienced writers will run several points of view together in the same paragraph. Some will even give points of view to casual characters who are simply just passing through. For instance, I've read one story where even the passing postman was given a point of view. Now, that is bad practice. The integrity of the point of view must be kept intact. Let's try to clarify this point of view business. The accepted convention is that the writer shows one point of view character for each scene. The point of view character controls that scene. The point of view character may not be the key character. It might be a secondary character. But while the point of view is in charge, only the reader can go into the head of only the one character who is controlling that scene. As I say, the key character may well be in the scene, but it is the secondary character will have the voice at that point in the story. This is useful if the writer wants to convey a particular aspect of the main key character to the reader, such as appearance or attitude, etc., some aspect that the key character cannot do for himself or herself. Understanding what I term as the integrity of the point of view is crucial to reaching a publishable standard. It's the job of the writer to appear as professional as possible, and the way the manuscript of the novels presents itself to a prospective publisher will demonstrate immediately to the publisher whether the writer knows his or her job and whether the publisher can safely invest their money in that writer's work. I've talked about one point of view only to each scene. Now that brings me to the question of how a novel is constructed. Now the building blocks of a novel are not chapters. Building blocks of a novel are scenes. Scenes that have strung together, one after the other, right through the novel. And you ask, well, what about chapters? Well, these scenes, while strung through the novel, will naturally form themselves into chapters. If the writer has got anything about him, if he knows his job, it will be easy enough for the writer to set several scenes in one chapter. It is much easier for the inexperienced writer to think in terms of scenes rather than to think in terms of chapters. A point here to remember too is that a chapter can contain as few scenes as just the one, or it can contain as many as well. That depends on the writer totally. There are no hard and fast rules about how many scenes a chapter can contain. So think in scenes strung together through the novel like a daisy chain, each scene having its own narrator or point of view character. This will preserve the integrity of the point of view throughout the novel. Well, we've been speaking about the point of view. There are many other aspects of techniques and devices to be used in constructing a publishable novel, and we'll talk about these in subsequent talks. I think that is all for now. I would tell you that I've got videos on YouTube under the name of Jackie75, JACI75, talking about writing and talking about techniques. I'm also on Wattpad.com, where I've got some articles there, also giving writing tips if you want to look at those. Well, that's all for today, folks, and we'll take up another device and technique in the next episode. Thank you for listening.